July 18th, 2008. 9 months of planning, preparing, buying, selling, and collecting came to an abrupt end at the top of the Lukla runway in Nepal. 3 wide-eyed American school teachers quickly exit the small plane and survey the new Himalayan surroundings. Nicole, a high school adventure education teacher, has dreamed about visiting Nepal since she was a young girl. Jana, chemistry teacher and head cheerleading coach, admitted that she had never really been on a long hike before, but seemed unintimidated by this new challenge. And then there's me. I'm Jane, a middle school art teacher on a mission to try and capture the next 3 weeks of adventure on my trusty little camcorder. This is our story. This is our dream. This is our Everest. It began, more or less, as a physical challenge. Our goal was seemingly ambitious: trek to the base camp of Mount Everest and bask triumphantly in the mountain's sheer magnitude. Day after day, mile after mile, we searched for the elusive mountain. The journey was difficult, and our physical endurance was constantly being tested.
So the trek to Namche is extremely difficult, and we got to a town, I'm not sure what it's called, but it was in the national park, and we got to this garden restaurant, and it was pretty early. I want to say it was like 11 o'clock, and Pemba says we need to stop for lunch, and kind of like all along the way so far there's been little villages like every, I don't know, 100 meters or so. There's little villages everywhere. And he says, no, we need to stop for lunch. And he says, this is the last place before Namche, which I thought was pretty strange because there's villages everywhere. And the lodge, or where we were at lunch, the owner came out, and I had asked her how far to Namche, and she said, like 4 hours. And I thought that was just crazy. Like, how could there not be a village on the way to Namche? And well, that's because Namche was like a straight vertical climb from that point. And
vertical, yes, I've hiked here and there in my time, and I thought this was the most challenging hike that I have ever done. At one point I did, and these guys think it's funny to tease me, but I asked Pemba, is this going to level off at any point? And he said no. And I was like, oh my gosh, We did take lots of rests, and I was really dying. I don't know if I was hard. And we come around a turn, and we see Namche, right? We get to the town, and we have to show them our park passes, whatever. And from there was another straight up. Okay, so I'm starting to get a little irritated. So we climb up that. Then I'm like, oh, Pembo, where's our lodge? Points across this entire town, other side of the mountain, to the top of it. And I'm like, oh my gosh. By the end of that, I was so done with climbing anything. And that was like 7 hours of Stairmaster, in my opinion.
We came to realize that food was only fuel. Our physical performance often depended upon what we were able to stomach the day before. Modern conveniences were at a minimum. We washed our clothes in a glacier stream and dried them by the yak dung-fed fire, only to find that it made us smell worse. We were humbled by the bucket shower, and humbled more by the bathroom that was little more than a smelly hole in the ground.
This is the new bathroom ritual for our new tea house.
Okay, I'm gonna follow you down. And you're gonna explain to me the facilities. What are you laughing at?
Welcome.
Welcome. Please mind your head. Okay, explain it to the audience.
Squat. Don't miss the hole. If you do big poopy, you take bucket and you add water. Yeah, you carry toilet paper in pocket and it goes in bin.
It was monsoon season in Nepal. Low, rain-filled clouds hung lazily above the small villages. The Sherpa people went happily on with their daily chores, knowing that eventually the sun would break through and shine on the majestic Himalayas. But as time passed, in the dark corners of our minds, we began to wonder if we would ever really find Everest. Namaste. We traveled the mountain trails like a nomadic family. Rinji knew very little English but communicated well with his big friendly smile. Bhakta, strong and shy, seemed to have a way of winning every time we played cards. Mingma knew the rugged terrain like the back of his hand and always made sure that we didn't slip off some steep edge. And then there's Pemba, our trusty Sherpa guide. As a young boy, Pemba was able to receive an education because of an American climber's kindness. Each year, the man would graciously send Pemba's tuition money to the Kumjung school. Pemba eventually graduated from college and now dedicates his life to helping the people of his village.
Well, we arrived in Kunde. This is Pemba's hometown village. And it was pretty exciting. We got there pretty early, maybe about 10:30. And we were so excited to have the rest of the day just to meander. And do whatever. Little did we know that we will forever name this day the 12 cups of tea. It is such a custom to drink tea in the homes of, the Sherpa people. So Pemba kept taking us to the first lodge we had tea. They had tea. I do not embrace the tea as much as Jana, and Jane likes the tea. So I'm lucky if I can get a cup down. Well, then we went to the next house.
We got chased down.
Oh, this local woman chased us down on the trail and brought us in so we had more tea. I cannot finish this tea to save my life. So these two kept drinking their tea and my tea.
Because it's kind of an insult if you don't finish your tea.
So then, I wasn't looking one time and someone filled up my tea again. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to be able to do this. We left that house, we went to another house, his uncle's house. We had more tea. So then we moved away from the milk tea, those two did, because it's heavier. But we are drinking tea. I mean, I felt bad, because I couldn't drink any more tea. And then we went to another house, and then finally I said to Pemba, we cannot drink any more tea.
Nobody could have ever prepared us for the amazing transformation that would happen in the days that followed. When the Sherpa people of the Kumjung Valley realized that we were teachers from America, they embraced us as their respected friends.
Gosh, it was quite an emotional day. It's like, I didn't really know what to expect. I didn't know what they were really going to have us do. So we walk in, and the kids are like getting ready, and they're kind of starting to filter into the school. And we meet the headmaster, we meet an art teacher, and the like. And then we went into their office, and then we presented the headmaster with the projector, and he was so gracious and humble, and so that was very cool. Now, right after that, we're pumping up the balls. Like, we're pumping up a 4-square ball, and we're pumping up a soccer ball, kind of in the background of this. And I see these two little boys out the door just staring at me. And I have this big red ball in my hand. And so I'm like, gosh, I'm just going to roll it out to them. So I did. I rolled out from the office to these little boys, and they jumped on it. And they actually, both of them had it, and they wouldn't let go of it. So I had to go out there and kind of, calm the peace. And then this ball proceeded to be kicked all over this entire premises, onto roofs. It was like mass chaos. And then we played Foursquare. Like, I drew it on the thing, we played Foursquare. So that was fun. And it was really interesting, the translation from English to them to understand. So that was cute. And they're gracious, and fun, and they have cute personalities. And then we went they all convened into one big auditorium, which I really wasn't expecting this.
It's very cute. They all scrambled in and sat in the bleachers by class, little ones in the bottom, big ones on top, and they had very quickly pulled out the new projector that we brought and played Jane's movies of Project Tootsie Pop, the 2 movies from her school, and the kids were awesome, and the teachers were in there and everybody, and very, very cute, and all clapped.
Because it helps the people that are poor eat honey and less fortunate.
The 3 of us got up and spoke a little bit too, which was very funny.
Oh gosh.
And Pemba and the headmaster explained to the students that our students had raised money for them and everything that had happened, and then they presented us all with a Buddhist blessing of a kata in front of the entire school. So that was really emotional, really cool. And then on the way out, we gave out lots of pencils and erasers and pencil sharpeners and Tootsie Pops, of course. And the kids were just so thankful, and you've never seen a kid so excited to have a pencil.
I was just pretty shocked that they would like honor us, you know, by having an all assembly. I wasn't really expecting that at all. And so and it was cool when they were watching the Tootsie Pop video, even though they couldn't understand the language, when they saw the name of their school. It said Kumjung School, like $1,000, and they all clapped, and so that was really, really cool. Just how gracious they are as a people. And then, yes, back to the Tootsie Pop handing out at the end. Okay, so all the littlest ones, they gotta be like 4. They come streaming out with their Tootsie Pops, and I'm the rapper girl, and I have so many rappers that they're following, and so there's some footage of that. It was really funny. But then the little ones went away, and it was really interesting that the little ones came back because they wanted a pencil. So their value, even though the Tootsie Pop was good, and they had them all in their mouths, is that they wanted the pencil. And so they stood at the door, and we were able to give them pencils, and they were okay. So their value, you know, of one pencil to them was interesting, where American students would not have that. You know, a pencil is a pencil.
Those are for Tootsie Pops. Those are Tootsie Pops. And then Sunni is
Yes.
yours.
Yeah,
That's
from
five.
all yours. Oh, yeah.
And then Super Timoche, that's 7.
In our search for Everest, we found ourselves. We found faith. Faith that somehow that narrow, windy, unfamiliar path might lead to a place of magnificence. We found courage. Courage to take a risk and calmly walk the steep edge of doubt. We found humility when we looked into the countless eyes of the Sherpa people and realized that we had made a difference. It's not the mountain we conquer, but ourselves. Sir Edmund Hillary.
Good social behavior. Call us the ABCD. A. Come on. Susan. Come on.
C.
Come on.
D.
Come on.
A.
Come on.
F.
Come on.
A.
I come on. Z.
G.
Come on. H.
H.
Come on. I.
I.
Come on. Z. K.
K.
L.
M.
Come on. M. Come on.
Yan, yung mo nyo laki na eh.
N. N. Q.
Sonja siya, yay!
Comes our tea.
Georgia.
Oops.